as we roll. They gave me a new stand. Okay. Alright, whenever you're ready, I'll get started. Like I said, I won't take up too much of your time. Okay.
It's moved, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're still in the shot. You're good. Like I said, I don't even know if it'll be used, but it's good to have when my editor goes, "Did you get any video?" Like, yeah, I did. Okay, so if you could just talk a little bit about the legacy cities and how you guys are getting involved with that, and a little bit about as well what you guys are doing over here on the architectural side of the campus.
The American Assembly at Columbia University has been exploring for some time the fate of cities that have been losing population significantly and are restructuring their economies. And they did a piece in Detroit that started to outline strategies in a city of that size, 2 million, losing over 1 million in population. How do you imagine bringing a city like that back? And then, as part of an exploration in New York, they began to look at the regional economic development councils and ask the question, in effect, wow, you've got what they call legacy cities in Buffalo, Albany, Syracuse, Rochester. These are cities once kind of very strong and vibrant in their own way that have lost population, are struggling to reestablish their economic and heritage base. And just what are the strategies that work to do that? So they invited the School of Architecture and Planning at the and in particular our Regional Institute and Urban Design Project to co-sponsor with Syracuse University and something called Centerpiece Corporation for Economic Opportunities to assemble a team of about 100 top-ranked experts to ask the question, what for our legacy cities? And in particular, how does it work across the spectrum of regional economic development councils in upstate New York? And so this was an opportunity to really compare notes across geographic areas in upstate New York and look at the economic resurgence that we all aspire to and how best to get there.
And so when you heard that, they were interested in sort of, bringing you along on this, what were some of the projects that sort of sparked in your head that have already gone through that you think would be important to Buffalo going forward and in revitalizing the area and, really bringing it back to that vibrance?
Our Regional Economic Development Council has been looking across a number of market sectors, and in the course of developing what's referred to as the Buffalo Billion investment strategy, we looked at what's going on in advanced manufacturing, what's going on in the medical education kind of combination, and how that fits with research in delivering quality health care in our region, and then also at tourism and heritage and cultural work. So those three sectors are supported then by other kinds of projects that deal with workforce development. They deal rather specifically with entrepreneurship, and then neighborhood revitalization and stabilization. So within each of those buckets, there are dozens of projects that could advance our region as a focused strategic investment plan.
And now do certain ones pop in your mind that students or even, because I know I have a list here of certain projects that are sort of going on, the Solar Strand that's already on the other campus, was a mention. I mean, that's probably important to have something like that to show that we are trying other means of energy. I mean, are certain projects popping in your mind as you think?
Well, I think it's very innovative to have the University at Buffalo make the decision to move the School of Medicine and Biomedical Sciences to the downtown campus. What that does is put a School of Medicine in direct relationship to hospitals and healthcare and to the research infrastructure of the region in a way that actually means that together they do things they can't do by themselves. It also changes the sort of population demographics and increases the population demographics downtown, adding new vitality and excitement to downtown living, downtown retailing, downtown cultural opportunities. So it's one of those fantastic kind of programs that's very good for medical education, very good for medical research, very good for healthcare delivery in our region, very good for urban revitalization in the downtown core of the city.
And now, you talked a lot about jobs, and and you guys are on a college campus. I mean, is this something that's kind of, a good idea because it's trying to get college students who are in these architectural fields and learning these skill sets within UB to stay here and keep going with them and keep working on them?
Yeah, absolutely. We're watching a downtown population change on the medical campus. From about 2002, there were about 7,000 people. Now in 2012-13, we're looking at something close to 12,000. And by the time the med school moves, we'll be looking at 17,000. Now, that's a big change in what drives a downtown. And then more to the point, people will come to work for the state-of-the-art facilities and the quality of the medical programming and its relationship to healthcare and research. They'll stay because it's a better place. So we see this as all embedded in a kind of great place, great opportunity for economic development. Each helps the other.
And it seems like UB is kind of at the forefront of all of this revitalization in Buffalo. I mean, what's your reaction to that?
We are very proud at the School of Architecture and Planning of our modest role in all of this. We have developed, for example, the Queen City Hub, the downtown strategy with our colleagues at Buffalo Place Incorporated and our colleagues at the city. We've used that then to leverage the development of the Waterfront Corridor Initiative, the Olmsted Park and Parkway Systems Master Plan, and then the comprehensive plan for the city of Buffalo, which called for the creation of a new zoning approach to the city, which is now in the final stages of review and we suspect approval and implementation. We were also invited to work with the Larkin Development Group in the master plan for the Larkin District and have enormously enjoyed our engagement there. And these are programs that have won national awards from the American Planning Association, from the Congress of New Urbanism, and from the economic development agencies across the country.
Mm-hmm. What's next going forward? Is there anything that you guys are working on that you could say, that you're excited about, and anything that's kind of been launched and you're just, really excited to even get down in the nitty-gritty with it?
But, it's a wonderful thing when you can say federal, state, regional, and local. Put it in the same sentence and imagine they're connected. And that's what's going on right now through something we call One Region Forward. The Department of Housing and Urban Development has awarded a consortium of individuals in a steering committee that we're supporting to develop a kind of next step on the Erie-Niagara County Regional Planning Framework. And that brings a kind of consortium of HUD, DOT, and EPA interest together with state-level smart growth interest, regional economic development planning, and local planning at the scale of brownfields work, at the scale of the Green Code, things of that sort. Mm-hmm. So we're starting to see a kind of coordination across activities connected to the governor's initiative in Regional Economic Development Council work.
Mm-hmm. And now, is there anything you want to add? You were, really talking about, you put this list together of projects that they've been working on. I mean, is there anything that you want to add about the projects that are kind of helping revitalize Buffalo and turn it into, what it was before, as he was talking about?
I guess I'm just struck as I looked at this list of all the student-led initiatives. This kind of learn by doing approach at the school has fostered this resourcefulness among our students and faculty alike, where you see these kinds of grassroots